Today's fitness tip is all about the hip flexor. In the past, we've talked a little bit about how hip flexors really create a lot of tension and tightness in the low back, knees, hips. They're really the bane of a lot of people's existences. They get shortened, they get lengthened. You can have a hip flexor that's short and tight. You can have a hip flexor that's short and weak. You can have one that's long and weak as well. There's different combinations depending on what we do to them. Oftentimes they will be short and tight, so that can be from sitting, overuse, you name it. One interesting phenomenon that we see a lot of times is how people stretch their hip flexors. Now, a lot of times you'll get people to stretch their hip flexors this way, where they lengthen their leg. Now, you'll get a stretch in this position, but it's not exactly ideal because the stretch you're getting is through connective tissue, fascia, quads, and the hip flexors. But you're not really doing anything to reposition and really get the length and reorganize what's happening with the low back and the pelvis. So because when the hip flexors are tight and the knee is fixated on the ground and the hip flexors are tight, they will pull you into this Donald Duck position, like they will pull you down. So by getting into this position, you're reproducing that movement. So what you do is you back off from there. Make sure that you've got a typical 90-degree angle everywhere, so to the point where you can almost fit a box under here. Create a pelvic thrust towards the front. Lift one arm up into the sky and lean sideways away from the leg that you're leaning on. Okay, and that's going to create that little banana stretch. This will give you a stretch in the rib cage. It'll actually lengthen the hip flexor on this one side as well. And you hold that for a few seconds, repeat a few times. Key point here, straight leg. Squeeze that tailbone, those butt cheeks together, and it's the actual squeezing of the bum that'll actually give you the benefit of getting more of a relaxation effect in the hip flexor. And that's your tip of the day.